Hello students, today we would like to complete all the principles of management. In our earlier lecture we have discussed the 6 principles of Henry Fayol. Hello students, today we would like to complete all the principles of management. In our earlier lecture we have discussed the 6 principles of Henry Fayol, and now we shall discuss the remaining 8 principles of Henry Fayol. So as regarding the Henry Fayol is concerned, he is the father of modern management and he has framed the 14 principles of management. Out of these 14, in our earlier lecture we have discussed the principles. The first one is a division of work, second one is authority and responsibility, third one is the discipline, unity of command, unity of direction, and sixth one is the principle of subordination of an individual interest to general interest. So these are the principles which we have already discussed in our earlier lecture. Now today we shall start with the next principle known as the principle of centralization. So the principle of centralization, it states regarding the concentration of, that is the authority. So how much of authority must concentrate in the hands of, that is the top management, and how much it is to be transferred to the next level of management. So it is stated by the Henry Fayol. So there should be a proper balance in between the centralization of authority and the decentralization of authority. So authority must percolate from top level to the bottom level of a management to the extent of, that is the requirement. How much it is required, the authority must be given to the next subordinate, then only the effective functions can be performed by the manager. So the principle of, that is the centralization and the decentralization, it depends upon the size of organization, nature of organization. If the size of organization, for example, if it is a very small, then naturally the power or the authority is concentrated at the top level. But if the organization is very big, large, then the authority must transfer to the next subordinate, then only the effective, that is the working, is possible. If the organization is working at the national level or at the international level, then the authority must transfer, it must percolate from the top level to the lower level of a management. So this is the another principle called as the principle of, that is the centralization. Is it clear? Centralization means the concentration of the authority. There should not be too much concentration of authority only at the top level, and at the same time the authority should not be transferred to the lower level of management at a more extent. So there should be a proper balance in between the authority, that is the transfer of authority is concerned. So again, the transfer of authority, it also depends upon the capacity or how much the subordinate is capable to tackle the situation. That also depends how much, that is the power is to be transferred to the lower level of management. So this is the principle known as the principle of centralization. Then next one is the principle of remuneration. So as regarding the principle of remuneration is concerned, Henry Fayol, he states that the remuneration, the fair amount of a remuneration is to be given to employees at each that is the position, at each that is the level. So such that is the remuneration is to be given, and how much amount of a remuneration is to be given, it depends upon the various factors. So the remuneration of the employee depends upon his educational qualification, his experience, his knowledge, and even the remuneration, it also depends upon the current market rates, or it also depends upon the capacity of the organization to pay to the employee. So all these factors are to be taken into account while providing the remuneration. There should be a proper, that is the efforts and the reward relationship should be maintained. How much that is the effort is done by the employee, at the same extent that is the reward should be provided. So this is known as the principle of, that is the remuneration is concerned. So such that is the remuneration which is paid to the employee, it should motivate the employees to work hard. So such that is the remuneration is to be given to the employee. So it is the another principle called as the principle of a remuneration is concerned. The next one is the principle of a scalar chain. So the principle of a scalar chain means that is the different, that is the levels of a management from top to the bottom is called as the scalar chain. So as regarding the scalar chain is concerned, you see here the scalar chain is concerned in any organization. At the top comes, that is the shareholder, then comes the board of directors, then comes the managing director, then comes the secretary and the managers of the various department, assistant manager, the supervisor, the foreman, the worker. So this is called as the scalar chain. So the chain of, that is the authority, or you can say it is an hierarchy of a management. There are different, that is the levels of a management. So this scalar chain shows that, or according to the Henry Fayol, he states that whatever the authority is there, the power is there, it should pass from top level to the bottom level. Whatever the orders are there, the instructions are there, they should pass from top level to the bottom level. So authority, it passes from top to the bottom, and at the same time the accountability, it passes from bottom to the top. So this is as regarding the scalar chain is concerned. So every, that is the decision taken by the top level of a management, it must pass strictly through this scalar of chain, whatever the chain is formed. So here in this case, the shareholder, which they take the decision in the meeting, they should pass to the board of directors, they should pass to their next authority, to their subordinates. So that is called as the scalar chain. So here in this case, for every, that is the superior, the subordinate is there, and for every, that is the subordinate, the superiors are there, and strictly all this information must from one level to the another level, it is to be strictly followed. There should not be any, that is the shortcut, that the manager or the managing director, if he directly passes any, that is the important decision to the foreman or to the worker, so it is a wrong way of passing the information. So the information, the instructions or the order, strictly they must follow the chain. So it is called as the scalar chain. But even the Henry Fayol, he also suggests that such, that is the chain, can be broken only under the exceptional cases, not all. And when in exceptional cases, if the information is passed from, that is the second level to fifth level, so that you can pass, but it is to be passed only at the exceptional cases. Only when the urgent information, the matter is to be passed, then you can break the scalar chain, and that is called as the gangplank according to the Henry Fayol. So it is the another, that is the principle. In the same way, whatever the information it passes from top to the bottom through the proper, that is the channel, in the same way, that is any, that is the grievances are there or the suggestions are there. So such, that is the grievances or the suggestions of the lower level of management, it must pass only through the proper, that is the chain. The worker, if they have any, that is the suggestions, or if they have any, that is the grievances, they are to be conveyed to the foreman. The foreman, he will convey to the supervisor. So in this way only, that is the information must from, even from the top to the bottom and from bottom to the top also, the chain is to be followed. So that is called as the scalar chain. And such as, that is the chain can be broken, can be shortened only under the exceptional case, and that is called as the gangplank. Is it clear? The scalar chain. Then next comes the principle of, that is the order. So as regarding the principle of order, it states that all the things or the material or the man, it should be placed at a proper place. For every, that is the thing, the proper place should be there, and accordingly all the resources can be used optimally. Whatever the material which is required for the machines or the tools and equipments which are required, it must have the proper place, and in that proper place only all these things or the materials are to be kept, and the right person is to be placed for the right job. So it is called as the principle of a order is concerned. So due to this, there will not be any, that is the delay or the confusion while doing the work. So it is another principle called as the principle of a order is concerned. Then next, the principle of, that is the equity. So the principle of equity, it suggests that the employee should be treated equally. There should not be any kind of a discrimination in between the employees. So as regarding the providing of the remuneration is concerned, or even regarding the promotion is concerned, transfer is concerned, there should not be any kind of a discrimination. So the equity should be followed. All the employees should be treated equally at their own, that is the position, at that level. So that is known as the principle of equity is concerned. If the proper equity or the justice is not provided, the employee will not get satisfied and he may not work to his full capacity. So it is known as the principle of equity is concerned. Then next one is the principle of stability of tenure. Principle of stability of tenure means, that is the job security. So the Henry Fayol, he suggests that whatever the employees are there, to them the job security should be provided. They should not be kept temporary for a longer period of time. So if such a job security is not provided, then there will be more amount of labor turnover. The new employee, when they are recruited, they are to be appointed, they are to be trained, and if the job security is not provided, then they may seek elsewhere, that is the job, or they may not work to their full capacity. So in case of any, that is the organization, if the job security is provided, the employee work with the full, that is the dedication, devotion, and for that purpose the job security is very essential. So this is the principle of a stability of a tenure. Tenure means the period, whatever the period of his, that is the work in that organization is there, that should be secured one, then only he can work with a full heart. So we shall begin with the next principle, known as the principle of initiative. So principle of initiative, it suggests that the employee must work on his own without being told by the other. He must work eagerly, and such initiative can be taken by the employee if the proper motivation is given by the management. So therefore the management must motivate the employees to work on their own. So it is possible when the proper amount of freedom is given to the employee, so that they can use their own, that is the knowledge, the experience, and they can find out the innovative, that is the ideas, and such innovative ideas are to be respected by the management. So such initiative can be taken by the employee only when if he is satisfied with the organization. So it is the another principle called as the principle of initiative is concerned. The next one is the principle of esprit de corps, means the team spirit. So in any organization, the team spirit plays a very important role. So all the employees, they should feel that they are all belongs to the same family or the same organization. So such a team spirit should be there in the organization. They should know the importance of that is the team. So if they work unitedly, they may attain the targets or the goals very easily. So it is said that unity is a strength, and they have to work unitedly, and the manager or the organization, they should take the proper steps to create the team spirit in the organization. For that purpose, if any, that is the achievements are being done by the employee or the organization, so such, that is the achievements or the employees achievements of the employees and the organization, they are to be appreciated, they should be recognized, and the proper, that is the celebration is to be done. So the employee, they should feel that they are the part and parcel of the organization. So such a team spirit is very essential, and it should be created. So these are all the principles of management. So in the next lecture we shall start with the functions of management.